Chinese quoting Italian astronaut lands on Earth after 5 months. European Space Agency astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti is back on Earth after spending the last 5.5 months in orbit of the International Space Station. The Internet picked up a note of intention in China this last week after the quoted some classified Chinese portrait on social media with a view of the Chinese capital from space. Within around the Earth at around 28,000 kilometers per hour, 420 kilometers off the ground in the National Space Station certainly gives one a unique perspective of our planet. The view inspired Cristoforetti to dive into the Chinese classics as the ISS flew over parts of China this week. She quoted 4th century poetry Wang Xizhi's preface to poems composed at the Orchid Pavilion. Looking up, I see the immensity of the cosmos. Bowing my head, I looked at the multitude of the world. The gaze flies, the heart expands, the joy of the senses can reach its peak, and indeed, this is true happiness. The text was accompanied by photos of China taken from the space station, and the tweet was even raised in a press briefing by the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Morning. I have read about it too, and the Italian astronaut certainly has my liking. Exploring the universe has been mankind's dream since ancient times. Thanks to scientific and technological progress, reaching beyond the moon has become a reality. Humanity will continue to benefit from the noble endeavor of exploration of peaceful use of space. Cristoforetti has been praised for her Chinese language skills. The Italian speaks half a dozen languages and has previously taken part in joint training between the ESA and the China Manned Space Agency. Her return spacecraft splashed down off the coast of the U.S. state of Florida. After a medical check, she was flown to a military base in Germany, where CGT in Europe asked why she chose that particular poem and if she was aware of the attention it had gained. I wish I could take credit for that. She smiled. I have a good friend at Italy who has lived in China for 30 years, a sinologist, very knowledgeable on Chinese literature. He suggested that to me that it sounded like a good except. So unfortunately, I cannot take credit for choosing it, but only for choosing a smart friend. It is hoped that ESA astronauts will team up with their Chinese counterparts for joint missions at some point in the future. With Cristoforetti having laid some groundwork for that, ESA Director General Joseph Kibacher was full of praise for this returning astronaut and positive about the unifying spirit of space exploration. She is speaking very well in Chinese, and this tweet has shown that she can do this very well. He told CGTN, space is international. There is no way to put a boundary in space. Because the space station, the satellites, they fly around the Earth. They cross boundaries, they cross cultures, they cross religions, and different divides in terms of philosophy and history. I think this is something that we should always be reminded that space is above everything, literally. While there may be many problems between nations here on Earth, in space, cooperation is strong.